It was a night like any other, and in the middle of the cold, dark woods stood a question that did not have an answer. And then the old crypt keeper asked,
"Why didn't Kyle Shanahan just run the ball 3 times? Morons."
He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl!
Now, most mysteries in sports don't involve blowing 25-point leads, and other than the occasional searching for the real killers type deal, they usually don't involve murder. And then some things happen in sports you really don't know the answer to, and here are 5 unsolved enigmas in sports. And thankfully, these mysteries are less puzzling than where my wife wants to go for dinner and where she actually pees from. Number 5. The Black Cat Game, Mets vs. Cubs, 1969. Deep into the 1969 baseball season, the Mets and the Cubs were involved in a bitter pennant race. The upstart Mets, in only their 7th season ever, were taking on the veteran Cubs. Remember, even in 69, the Cubs were in the midst of a 61-year drought, which is what I think Pierre Maguire is in.
You're an announcer with a long stick from time to time.
Yeah, big mouth.
At least with women. Anyways, on September 9th, the Mets were playing the Cubs in Shea Stadium. The Mets, who were trailing the Cubs by 1.5 games, were looking to win their 3rd straight against the fading team, and the Cubbies were looking to avoid their 6th straight loss. But in the top of the 4th inning, a black cat appeared and headed straight for the Cubs dugout and stared into it as if to say, "Oh, you dudes are screwed," and then scampered off along with Steve Bartman and the Billy Goat into Cubs fans' nightmares. And from that moment on, things got worse for the Cubs as they not only lost that night, but completely collapsed, and the Mets went on to win their first World Series. Now, some think it was the fans that released the cat. Some Cubs players thought it might have been the Mets third base coach, Eddie Yost. Yogi Berra might have had something to do with it. Ah, well, we'll never find out. And the Cubs, well, they got theirs 47 years later. Number 4. What was on the Spygate tapes? Few times does a conspiracy theorist actually get a tidbit of confirmed evidence that some shady shit is going down. And then sometimes that crazy conspiracy theorist is right. And if you thought that the Pats might have had a little edge in their first 3 Super Bowl wins, you might just be right. But we'll never know. In 2007, the Patriots were caught red-handed, allegedly filming Jets coaches and their signals during an early season game. And they were caught because their former employee, Eric Mangina, knew that's what they used to do, and he didn't want them doing it on him. From here, things got weird as former Patriot employee Matt Walsh claimed he had videotapes that he made of the St. Louis Rams walkthrough before Super Bowl 36, which he never actually produced. And then subsequently after that, Bill Belichick was fined $500,000, and Goodell had the tapes rounded up and destroyed, which is a shame because now all we can do is just guess what was actually on those tapes. Number 3. What really caused the power outage at Super Bowl 47? Early in the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 47, the Ravens held a commanding 28-6 lead over what looked like the hapless 49ers. They were cruising towards their second I lost power. And that's what happened in the game as the Superdome, host of a buttload of events, including Super Bowls, concerts, and human atrocities, which had never lost power, freaking lost power. In the middle of the Super Bowl and after a 34-minute delay and a lot of WTFs from the entire freaking world, play resumed, with San Francisco mounting a furious comeback and trailed 29-34 with a chance to win until this social justice warrior couldn't convert on 4th down. But what we'll never really know is, was the power outage really because of a poorly engineered relay? Or was it Roger Goodell himself pulling the cord out of the wall? Or was it this guy?
"Just kidding."
Number 2. Did Michael Jordan really have the flu? In 1997, the NBA Finals were tied at 2 apiece as the Chicago Bulls looked to win their 5th championship in 7 years against the mighty Utah Jazz. Before Game 5 at 2 a.m., Michael Jordan, in the peak of his dominance, called his personal trainer to his hotel room, where he found Michael slumped over and in the fetal position. Jordan claimed to have a stomach virus, and it was declared highly unlikely that he would play in Game 5. Yet, Jordan did play in Game 5, dubbed the flu game. As he just didn't play, he played amazing. And in between his moments of brilliance, including his deep three which iced the game with 25 seconds left, Jordan was seen sweating, writhing in pain, looking exhausted and spent like Donald Trump's PR team after he tweets anything. The real question is, was he really sick, or did he just have a bad hangover? Jesus Christ, who came up with such a damn theory? Of course, the dude had the flu, literally thought he was gonna die out there. Ain't no hangover do that to me. And trust me, my 40-year-old ass has had plenty. Number 1, was the Immaculate Reception a catch? Plenty of catches have come with some debate, but because we have every replay available to us on Earth and God hates Des Bryant, at least we can constructively debate about them. But no catch will ever be as unsolved or more debated than arguably the NFL's most famous play, the Immaculate Reception. That's right, on December 23rd, 1972, the Pittsburgh Steelers were in a truly epic battle with the Oakland Raiders in their divisional playoff game in Three Rivers Stadium. With 30 seconds left in the game and the Steelers trailing 7-6 on a 4th and 10, Terry Bradshaw dropped back for a pass. Under heavy pressure, he let it fly, and the ball bounced off either Raiders safety Jack Tatum or Steelers fullback John Fuqua and ended up in the hands of Franco Harris, who took it all the way to the house to all but give the Steelers the game. And here's where the controversy starts. First off, if the ball had hit Fuqua first and not Tatum, Harris would have not been eligible to catch the ball, a rule that is no longer in effect in today's NFL. However, at the time it was, and even though the whole incident is on film, it is very difficult to see who the ball actually hits first. Trust me, just like you're about to do, I replayed it 100 times. That's part 1 of this. Part 2, did the ball hit the ground before Franco Harris caught it? Because that could have been the Raiders' second out. Of course, there is no goddamn good replay of Harris catching the ball either. Even this angle doesn't show it. And that's why this will be one of the most controversial plays and a mystery that will never be solved. And yeah, it was a catch. Yeah, agree with my list? Think I left any off? Of course I left some off. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. And as always, I'm 5 points, and you made it to the end of this video. Or did you? No, seriously, you made it.